one's right there. Awesome. Okay, we're gonna do some quick wins. One of my new girls who I'm still like, what? Just ordered the reset. She's on day 3 and she just messaged me. She said, oh my gosh, I love this cleanse. No pills, so easy to do, easiest cleanse I've ever done. And I want her to work the business with me so badly. And so I love that she got, if she was only gonna do one stupid thing, even after the whole cart and our in-person conversation of like, hey, you need this system and this is why, and we're all good to go. Anyways, she got a good experience of lots of different products, right? She got exposed to a whole bunch of our products. So it's very easy for me to be like, hey, yeah, you remember that thing that you had every morning? Yeah, that's what this is called, and that's why you need it. But she's loving it and she's gonna post for me tomorrow. So high five to that. I'm praying in that I can get her. She's been kind of weird about responding to me of like, what's your plan after the reset? Like I said, we need to make sure your body's being supported. But that's my quick win. And I signed up another one of my in-person today. And I have another lady from Optavia that randomly messaged me about one of my business posts. She's following me and she is not interacting on any single one of my posts because she keeps messaging me about my posts and she's not doing anything. But she asked me specifically about the business. And I sent her the 6-minute Jessica Heffley video. I just sent it and said, watch this. If you want to talk more from there, we can have a conversation. Then it's been a hot minute. I even checked in, hadn't heard back. And she just messaged me today and said, I think the best thing is for me to order the products and try them first, because I need to be able to speak to the products before I can sell them. Is that Restore combo a good one for me that I posted about last night? And I was like, yeah, that's a great place to get started. This is what you're gonna get. If you're good with that, I can send you a cart, or do you have any other questions? And she basically was like, is that what you would recommend if I want gut health and if I'm gonna start a business? And I said, yes, it is. And she said, what are the next steps? Do you have a link? Like, this is literally the conversation. Like, I've hardly had to do anything. So
you're like, oh, people do exist.
Yay. I love that.
Yep.
It's so awesome when you don't even know they're watching you and then they just pop out of the woodwork. That's just
This is my reminder to you guys that you never know who's watching, and those posts that you think no one cares about and no one's paying any attention and you got a whopping 2 likes on it and one of them was your own like, people actually see them. And this is why we share them. Yeah. Joy shaking her head at someone doing something stupid. I saw it.
No, the woman who ordered on the 1st, her product still is going to come on Friday. She ordered on the 1st. She's been waiting.
That's so long. Oh my goodness.
She called last week to have them resend it, like on Wednesday, and it's still not going to be there till. Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah.
I got my order last night and they forgot my Slim and my BioCleanse, and I'm out of BioCleanse. Like,
sorry, that's all. So, because I checked in with her today and she's like, oh, I haven't checked my mail for a couple days. I don't know. Yeah, it's all right. I'm going to send her a free package of Hydrate for the mess up because it's her apartment number didn't get on.
Oh. Yeah, I've had those hiccups before of like some weird number had to, I don't know. Yeah.
Anyway, okay. That's all. But my win, I don't know, just talking to lots of people. That's what gets me going.
Yes.
So, lots of conversations. So.
Love it.
But, well, I'll say one, specifically is somebody who thought I thought I had vomited Plexus on her too much. And she, replied back to the text message, which again, like we had started with Messenger and then she's told me text message is better. And it's like they say, if you have their actual cell phone number, you have a foot in the door, even more. And so she hadn't replied to the last couple of messages, but she did yesterday. And, you know, and they always reply with a sorry. So it's like whatever story we're making in our head is wrong. You know, she just shared that things got busy. I asked more questions. She didn't show this right away, but the baby, her new grandbaby that happened in June, moved in with them right away. I didn't know that. So yeah, things are busy. She didn't answer my last question, but we had some interaction. And so, yeah, so I'm just going to send her the video because that's where we've been talking since February about her doing the business. So she still hasn't even tried the products, but you sharing that, you know, I'm just going to do hey, watch this video if you want to talk more. And then Rick, who he's getting married like next weekend. So, and going to the Bahamas for his honeymoon. So he's probably
the guy?
Yeah, no. Rick is the one who is also knows Bree.
Oh yeah.
Who would love to work.
Yes.
You know, finishing up final plans, getting married, and just got a puppy, and yeah, all that. So
yeah.
I'm just gonna send him the video to watch and say, hey, let's talk when you get back from your honeymoon.
So something,
because I know to the Caribbean again. after he's been there just for a week and had to
like you bringing up, you've been talking to this woman since February about the business. So you guys know that I'm in like the Jewel, like we have special pages as Jewels, right? People were in there talking about it. It's not unusual for it to take a year to convert someone to a business builder.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So
there's still hope.
If you think that, if it like, but also I don't want you to hear that and think, oh, it's going to take me a long time.
What is a zip line? Can I use this to hang on?
It does not need to take a year.
Okay, fine. Go.
But so you understand that it does take a little bit more time. And a lot of it, honestly, I feel like is developing the relationship and them seeing the potential in themselves. So
and also they're testing you. They're testing you out. Like, are you gonna stick with them even when you know they're wishy-washy? Like they're like, think about courting. I mean, they just are playing hard to get a little bit.
Yeah. You know, you're dating for at least a year before you get engaged, maybe or longer. Like at a minimum, it's typically a year, right? And so they're taking you for a ride. They're test driving you to see if they want to buy you or not. But you are also doing the same thing. Do you want to work with them?
Right.
You get to make that decision at the end of the day too. If they sign up and they get on your team, you don't have to pour into them. You get to train them and work with them as much as you desire. And if they're sucking the life out of you, barriers are really good. Are very, very healthy. Okay. Any other wins?
I have one. So I started my reset today so that I can, because next Thursday is surgery. So I wanted to get it done. And then, so I posted about starting it today, and I posted a little bit about what I'm doing and when my different drinks and stuff. And my niece, who I've been talking to again for like 4 months and can never get a hold of her, and we're back and forth. She's like, hey, can you send me a cart for that reset? I want to do it. She's on vacation for 2 weeks right now. So I thought there's no point in trying to message her. So now I'm going to message her and say, hey, the reset is fabulous. But we also need to work on the other things you talked about, the cortisol, the weight loss, things like that, to support after the reset. Because we don't just want to do the reset and then go back to normal life. So keeping my fingers crossed.
I would throw in there, the reset's actually free right now with the system that is going to support all the things that we talked about.
Yep, my thoughts exactly. Yes. So you really want to save that money, so do that.
Yeah. And so my friend that I signed up today, so she has like all kinds of neck back stuff, inflammation. She has the same autoimmune disorder that I do. So like everything we're talking about, and she's pretty knowledgeable. She's like, I know that all of this is inflammation. I'm like, yes, yes, sister. And so typically I would be like, lots of ease, lots of nerve, some Probio 5, like triplex and ease and nerve. Well, with this sale, with this, like, with what we have going on right now, she has PCOS, blood sugar issues. She's got the gut issues. She's got inflammation. What does that entire system do? And she wouldn't mind losing a few pounds too. So do I think she needs balance? No, I don't. But why wouldn't I set her up with a bomb.com system? And I am selling it of like, here's my thought process. You might as well take advantage of this deal. It's going to support all the things that we're working on, that we want to work on. And it's going to basically detox you, clean things up. So then we can bring in the focus of getting your body potentially ready for fertility, having a baby, getting the inflammation down, getting your gut healthy. Like we're priming the pump. That's how I sold it to her. And she's like, yep, and I was like, and I would probably throw in some extra, like a bottle of our anti-inflammatory because of all of this. And she's like, yeah, let's do that. Like she's in. And she got a crap ton of
Good, how are you?
She's
Can I
already
get you-
got
I
been
called
ordering
and I
Plexus for a
wanted to
while.
do like a,
I'm muting you, Kara, just so you know. So she has backup slim. And I was like, you might as well just get this and we're gonna save you money next month because you're not gonna have to order the slim. So, you know, like you might as well just put it in the cupboard and we'll worry about it later. And she's like, yeah, perfect. Absolutely. Like in. She spent almost $300 today. In. So she recognizes my knowledge and my expertise, and I use that to my advantage. Where I didn't have to go and explain a million things to her. I was just like, this is why it makes sense. This is what we're gonna do. Here you go. She said, yep.
Same with my other guy. I got him. He did a $300 order. He's like, okay.
Yep. Yeah. And I already and she knows, like she's been on the products for years already. So she already kind of knows like this isn't a quick fix thing. She's in it. So I didn't have to have that much of that conversation about, longevity or anything. But I forecasted of like, this is what we'll do next month, like already planning it. This is what we're going to do next. That's going to help us focus here. And so that's even if I knew that she wasn't like for sure on the products, that's kind of how I forecast. That's how I'm talking with my prospects or my new customers. That kind of thing is like, we can start here. Like, even if the triplex trim combo isn't what I would typically put them on, doesn't matter. It's a really good place for them to start. They're getting to experience a ton of products. And then when it comes to month 2, I may
She comes.
I don't know what happened.
Hey, I'm not.
Did you guys hear me say what the heck?
No.
I literally Zoom
Just all of
just
a sudden said,
shut
"Join
down.
my toast."
Oh, my internet is
I was like, wait, what?
there. Am I good? Can you guys hear me?
Now it's you.
Okay. I might switch to my phone.
At least
my
it didn't
Zoom,
shut you off. It just changed your host.
oh, my Zoom literally just closed. And I was like, just done. And then it just popped back up like daisies. Okay. So I'm just gonna move on apparently because Zoom said you're done.
Yep.
So the next thing I'm gonna talk about, and I honestly, I'm half talking about this to myself. I'm gonna turn my video off for a second, because I feel like I might be cutting out a little bit. Is that better? Should
You weren't cutting out. You were
Okay.
fine.
Okay. All right.
I figured it was me because I'm
You're
sitting
breaking
at
up
the
right
park.
now, Tiff,
Keep using-
on my end.
There was no glitching or warning.
Okay, I'm just gonna leave my camera off for a hot sec.
Okay.
Okay, so here's something, like, I think we all have some squirrely brain, and it's really normal to have some squirrely brain in the time and day that we live in, and also that we're parents and social media. We talked a little bit about the whole network marketing situation, and people, I fully understand having some concerns about what is the future of network marketing look like, all of that, right? But I'm curious, how many of you guys also have other friends in other companies or digital marketing stuff or whatnot that you're like, I'm they seem to be doing really well. What are they doing? Just there's some slight curiosity. Not that you're actually thinking about doing it, but that you're like, there's a shiny object. Yep, Teresa. Yep. I'm raising my hand. You just can't see me. Yep, Kara. Yep. Okay. Yep, Teresa's got both of them. Okay, so here is the number one thing. You have to stay focused on what you want, where you're going, and who you're going there with in order to succeed. And I know there's lots of shiny objects. I see them. I'm friends with a lot of people in other companies. Everyone and their mom seems to be doing digital marketing stuff these days, right? And, these people are making $10,000 a month and they're working 2 hours a day, blah, 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 blah. First of all, that's a unicorn. How many of the people that are selling digital marketing are actually making that? Tiffany will tell you her parents tried and sold nothing for a year. Literally nothing. Okay, you can make money. We know you can make money in everything, but it's a shiny object. If you want to be here, if you want to make money here, you have to be focused here. And the more focused, the more laser focused you are, the more benefit you're going to get. The faster you're going to roll, you want to be focused on building your team, building your network, building your relationships, building leaders, building yourself. And what you create will never go anywhere, because as much as we all love Plexus, if anything, and I don't think that I'm like, you're right. If anything happened to Plexus though, if like the pig started flying and something happened to Plexus, you still have your network. You still have yourself. You still have people that respect you and will follow you into whatever you decide to do. And I see it all the freaking time because I follow a lot of people that like to jump and jump and jump and jump and jump. Shiny object. I literally just watched a girl who made $4 million with Q Science jump to 2 different things in the last 3 months, 4 months, 4 months.
Wow.
Wow.
Right? There's no desire in me to jump because I'm not into shiny objects. I know what I'm here to create. I know everything about where I am is where I'm meant to be and where I want all the things, right? So we need to be focused and you will get there. Distracted will make it harder, longer, or you might not even get there because you're distracted. So it's like, put the blinders on. If you need to stop following certain people because you're finding you're too distracted, not that there's anything wrong with them. I legit unfollow. You guys should see me right now. I just did the biggest sigh you've ever heard in your life. Yep. Sounded just like that. Hold on.
So like she would say, oh, there's 2 Michelles now. Set boundaries, stop following them, because don't distract yourself.
It is super easy to
Yeah.
distract
Okay.
by oh, are you back?
Or if you don't unfollow them.
I'm back.
Okay. I was gonna say, just kind of create your own version of what they're doing. I mean, it's we use.
Yes. Yes. There is that space for sure where if they are positively influencing you of like, I love who they are, how they're creating all of those kinds of things, and you feed off of that, keep following them.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. If they're negatively impacting you, where you're like squirrely brain constantly trying to figure out what they're doing, how they're doing it, and then
It's so weird. But yeah, if it's, think about like you're feeling in the moment when you're reading that, if it's giving you a negative feeling, cut it out. So don't let it steal your energy. So.
here. I don't know how this is possible.
It's like the Zoom that Tyler did. I told you, I was like, when I text you, I'm like, it's really glitchy. Don't know if you're doing anything.
I am on my phone with no Wi-Fi and it just kicked me off. I'm on my computer with Wi-Fi and it kicked me off. I don't know what to do. We're just gonna keep rolling here. I'm gonna keep my camera off on both of them. Okay. Also, the whole like shiny object situation of like, oh man, look, they made $10,000. They're working 2 hours a day. Anything that is easy will not take you the distance. And don't wish it was better or easier, wish you were better. I love that saying. That's Jim Rohn, by the way. Don't wish it were easier, wish you were better. The number one thing, if you're going to hop to something else, you're going to have the same issues. This is me saying it with love because we all have them. You're the issue. Right? And you are the reason you're not reaching the potential that you want. It's not the company, it's not the products, it's you. And so what is your biggest weakness? What do you need to work to overcome? Work on that and you will get there.
This is a quote I love. It says, what you are holding is holding you back.
Ooh, I like that one.
Mm-hmm.
Can you say that one more time, Joy? And Zachary just popped up.
Yeah, no, what you are holding inside and, you know, and scared to share or just have shame around is so what you are holding you back. And then another good quote that I heard yesterday was also, if you get the shame and just change the M to an R, you replace then you're sharing. And people, you realize that it's nothing to be to have shame about.
Well,
you know,
why can't you watch?
For some reason we're holding it in. So yeah, what you're holding is holding you back. And so regardless of whatever you're doing, and this was what Michelle was saying, if you know, jumping ship, it's not the grass is not greener.
Nope.
It's in us.
Yep. So the number one thing here in the space is, what do you have to do to get better? And really focusing in on yourself, your relationships, and if you need new relationships, developing those. Because at the end of the day, this is a relationship business. One of the things with like the digital marketing stuff is you're not building a relationship with these people. It is 100% transactional. Do you want a transactional business or do you want a relationship business? Because to me, the heart and soul in what we do is in relationships, and that's why we're here. That's what keeps us here. Right? I'm here for you guys. I show up for you guys every day. I try and get better for you because me being better is going to help you get better. If I up level, you're going to have to up level. And if you up level, I've got to up level too, right? Because I have to be able to lead you. So, what I would love to hear from you guys. You can drop in the chat or unmute. What is something that you need to focus in on better to become better, to have a better business?
All right, I'm gonna share the big old shame thing right now. It's my mindset. It's always been my mindset.
That's what it is for like 9% of people.
Yeah, I grew up literally being told by my mother, like the person who's I'm supposed to be closest with, I grew up being told by her that I'm worthless and I will never amount to anything. The only thing I have going for me is my physical looks. That's it.
Well, you are pretty.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. It's gotten me far, actually.
At least
Really,
you knew
people
that
have-
part about
I mean, shit, people have hired me because of my face, and I'm like, oh, but wait till you hear my mouth.
Uh,
My mindset.
so mindset. Yep. That's what it is for a lot of us. Meredith needs to be more bold about the business. I think a lot of us do. And that's honestly where some of the biggest power comes in, because when you're bold with the business, what are you going to attract?
People who want to do the business.
Yep.
Mhm.
The products are great. We all know that. But I think the business is even greater, because the business allows people to have more options, to have more freedom, flexibility. That's what we're all chasing in life, right? And when you have the income, you can buy all the products in the world. You can afford to support your health in the ways that you need to. So that's the number one right there. That's huge.
Yes. And it's easy to say mindset. And the work is actually exploring that.
Mhm.
Like, okay, so yeah, Sarah, you pinpointed, about your mom and how that nobody should have a, like you said, the person that you're supposed to be closest saying that. And
No.
and finding how to work through that and let it go.
Yep.
My big aha moment I had last month was that my family has never celebrated a single success that I've had. And I was an All-American Division I athlete. My family has never celebrated. I was valedictorian. My family has never celebrated it.
I'll celebrate you, Joy. Party for Joy.
I throw my own parties. That's been my life.
What can we celebrate you? Wait, what day is your birthday? Remind me.
September 28th.
What
So.
day are we? Can we celebrate your birthday on the 21st?
No, that's not allowed.
Can we have a campfire movie birthday party for Joy at my house?
I want to come.
Yep, we're doing it. Joy birthday party at my house on the 21st. Y'all invited.
So.
Joy,
So-
I love you and you inspire me so much. I think you are wonderful. And I'm sorry you never felt that before or weren't celebrated. I think
We're
you're
cel-
awesome.
Amen.
It wasn't me sharing that wasn't about you guys.
No,
that.
we want to. See, we want to. That's the thing. We're not doing this out of pity. We're doing it as let's celebrate Joy. Heck yes.
Like, she's awesome, so why hasn't this happened?
Yeah,
We need to
we're having
celebrate.
a birthday party.
We need to have it needs to be an emerald party. That's what it needs to be.
It is
So.
not pity, it's pure love.
Girlfriend, we're gonna have the biggest emerald party you've ever seen.
Oh my
Do you
gosh.
remember
Yes.
that champagne bottle we're getting?
I know. Yes.
It's happening. We're gonna pop some bubbly and we're gonna be trashed.
Oh my god, one drink will get me trashed anymore.
Girlfriend, this bottle is like half the size of it's like a 2-foot tall bottle.
So, but it's
We found it and we said we're popping it and we're getting it when she goes emerald. I said, yep.
but it's figuring out how to you have to remind yourself every day to work through that, because we got programmed, Kara, all of us, we got programmed.
Yep.
Yep.
Yes.
That's the mindset work. Because I've been thinking it.
It is.
but
It's
then-
the mindset of I'm not good enough and I don't deserve this. And I'm like,
Yeah.
but then I have these days where I'm like, God, I'm a badass. And
Yeah.
like
Badass.
my boss and my coworkers will point out, just like they're like, God, your job is so hard. Like I don't know how you do that. And then I think about it, I'm like, my job really is hard. There are men who don't want to do my job at my work. So yeah, I am a badass. Like, but I have to like actually sit and think about it.
Yeah, you have to be intentional, and that's what the whole thing is. And so set the time aside to remind yourself of it.
That you're
Pump
badass.
yourself up. But not just
I
your job,
actually
Kara.
wrote out
pump.
my
You have-
name. I wrote out my name in like a vertical column, and for every letter there's a positive word.
Yeah.
So that's like stuck to my mirror, and I read it every morning. That was actually something that my therapist recommended. And that was after I was going to therapy with my mom, and my mom basically was just like, yeah, I don't really think that I plan on talking to her after her daughter turns 18. So I'm like, okay, then why are we here?
Oh my god.
Just dig your hole.
Okay.
Jesus.
So we're recognizing here that we are the biggest roadblock into reaching our goals and our potential, right? What do you think the number one way of getting out of the way is? Well, there's one thing you have to do. What is that?
Believe in
There's no
yourself.
wrong answer. Ooh, that's a good one.
I don't know if that's right or not.
Yep. Hey, it's a good guess. It's a good answer.
Did I lose you guys?
Action fixes everything. So this morning, I feel like every morning I wake up in this like blah state of why am I doing this? I'm exhausted. I'm doing the same thing. I'm getting the same result. How do I improve? How do I grow my business? How do I get better? But like all the negative Nancy for some reason shows up every freaking morning. But what do I do every freaking morning? I get up and I go work my business. And I send the messages and I post.
Rewiring, changing the story in our head.
Yep. And as soon as I start doing that, my entire thought process changes. Literally because I started action.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, sometimes I'll get some crap ass message and I'll be like, there it is again. It's literally like the whole there it is again is literally the devil trying to make that thought process that I have real in my head again. I'm using that to like solidify that negative thought process I have. But all I have to do to get out of that is just go back into action.
Mm-hmm.
Sitting in the space is only going to make it worse. So instead of allowing those negative thoughts to be there, that negative Nancy, all of it, I just say, it's time for work. Let's go. And I get on and I start sending voice messages. I start doing my job because I'm good at it. And I enjoy it. And it's why I show up every day. So the way to like for Meredith, she popped off, but she said she needed to be bold about the business. That was something that was holding like her biggest hiccup. You literally just have to start being bold about the business. You literally just start posting about the business. You start messaging about the business. There really is nothing hard in that. Is there? We make it hard ourselves. If we can talk about the products, we can talk about the business just as easily because it's really talking like it's something we sell. It's a product that we offer, right? Kara and her mindset? Is Kara's mindset going to really matter if she is just pounding out messages and having conversations and doing the things? Kara's mindset's going to completely change. Is Joy sitting there thinking about the fact that her family doesn't celebrate a damn thing when she's like working in her group, doing her thing, signing up people, following up, helping people win? No, she's not sitting there thinking about it. It's when the devil shows up and starts whispering in her ear, and she has to go, oh yeah, that's right, I don't matter. Yep, see, this is just reinforcing my thought process that I don't matter. And then it's like, slough them off and back to work.
Yeah, I like the quote, inactivity is the dark room where negativity develops.
Yes.
Back in the day when you had to, use the dark room to develop photos.
Uh-huh. Yep. My sister used to do that, actually. She got like a minor in photography, and she legit would go into the dark room. And
not many generations would know more.
I know, right? Joy, do you want to help me? Do you have a hot second to do the persuasion formula with me?
Well, I kind of need to put a diaper on a baby first.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Joy and I are trying to teach you something here in this hot second. But I have a question for you guys. What is one thing that you can do to give your customers a better experience and support your retention? One thing you can do today. Because retention is one of the biggest keys to our business, right? We're not here to sign up someone and let them fall off out month 2. So what's one thing you can start doing? Follow up. Good. And if you're not following up very well, then that's going to help. We lost Teresa. I'm going to say for me, one of the things is really because a lot of the times I sign up people that I don't know super well, right? And so making sure that I'm still developing my relationship with them and not having them be another customer on my team, right? So pouring into more of like who they are and getting to know them more. Instead of just like, hey, product of the month. Hey, how's your products?
Okay, I can talk now.
Okay. I'm gonna just give her a thing real quick.
Yeah.
Tiff, do you want to go?
Sorry. Yeah, it was lagging. I just wanted, I was eating my matcha bar, waiting for the meeting to start right before we logged on at the park. And I posted a picture of myself eating my matcha bar and said a blip about that and said, 5 minutes, my Zoom starts. I'm so excited that I can work from anywhere. And I actually, while we're sitting on here, I had somebody in my DMs go, hey, I just noticed you work from home. What do you do? So it didn't say their name. It just said the person. So I'm excited to go and see and be like, hey,
That's
so I
awesome.
thought it's, it didn't take long. It took like 30 seconds to post just a simple picture. And so it's exciting, but I am lax about that too, because there's a lot of times that I think people have already seen this, so I don't do it. But then I think that I'm constantly adding people. There's still people that DM me going like, what are you having surgery for? And I'm like, everybody knows what I'm having surgery for. But there are a lot of people that have no clue that this is the third one because they're so new on my friend list. So that's what I have to remember.
Do a timeline post for yourself.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah. I do an introduction post.
Yeah.
I was thinking about that.
And pin it to the top too. You know how you can pin them?
Oh,
so
yeah.
Add someone, it's going to be there. And I would be like, hey, this is my story.
I need to
Yeah,
do that.
that's a good. I didn't, for some reason, I didn't think that I could pin to just my regular Facebook page. I know that you can pin the groups, but I'll look into that because I was
Yeah,
just this
I
morning
feel
thinking
like
about,
have
I need
like,
a reintroduction post. Even my aunt DM'd me today and she's like, what are you having surgery for?
oh
She
my
lives in
gosh,
California,
that's-
but I'm like, wow, I talk about it nonstop and people still don't know.
yeah, yep, exactly. All right, Joy, do you want to take over? You've got it better than me, I'm sure.
Okay, so it's the persuasion formula. It's Brendan Burchard's from High Performance Habits persuasion formula. And the first thing is, though, like before you even go through these steps of this formula, you need to be thinking about the person and just knowing more about them, taking notes, cyber stalk them like I did Michelle. So even though I wasn't doing this for her, but just find out more about them. And because the first step is just showing acknowledgement, telling them that you see them, that they are seen. So you see what they're going through. You see, what the reality of their situation is. And just also acknowledging that they are a hard worker, that they do anything for their kids. Just again, ways to show them that you see them. Because that's what everybody wants, to be seen, even if they hide away. The fact that somebody has seen them and somebody's taking that time to acknowledge that and acknowledge them is huge. So the first part of the equation is just acknowledgement, letting them know that you see them. And then from there, the conversation is that you want to stoke their ambition. So the example, that was given was about that, you see them in this role, you see them as, they have a group of friends. And so, the whole like that, you have an incredible network, or you have, such a strong knit group of friends. And I can see you being the first. And now, like this part depends on, what their personality is and how well you know them. Like are they a high achiever? Then yeah, you want to talk about like, yeah, I would love to, you could be the first. I see you being the first to take off with this business with your group of friends, but you all doing it together. And so you stoke their ambition. If they are somebody who is just, wants more security, then you talk to that. And so the ambition it has to do with, getting to know them more, finding out what are their pain points. I mean, Michelle would say that too. It's like, but you stoke the ambition part, you bring out the positive part. And so another one, not only just saying that they could be the first, but if you could asking them if you could paint the picture of a better future for you and your family, what would that look like? And it's just challenging them to begin to think, of the possibilities that could be there for them. And then the last step is effect. And that has to do with like the way you talk. So like if it's somebody who just wants security, is always thinking of others, well, you're not going to be like, oh, you go out and make this money. You can be the first. You don't want to talk that way to them. You want to, be more softer with it and just, let them see that it's, a good fit for their personality versus the go-getter. Yeah. You want to be, straight to the point. And so the effect, because if you don't have the right effect with the right personality, then they're just kind of like, okay, we're not syncing, we're not meshing. And so the equation does not continue. It gets broken up. And so, but the big thing is about like, make your list of people that you want to start following this equation with and take notes on them, find out, another question would be like, they said, if you could paint the picture of a better future, another, that was a question. Another one is about, what would it feel like to not have to set an alarm and take that extra drive just to put your baby in daycare and then go on to work Monday through Friday? What would it feel like to have your husband not working so many hours and home more? What would it, so that kind of question, like, what would it feel like, ... And that's after, again, you've asked them some questions, gotten to know them, but it starts out with the acknowledgement, that you see them. And so, but let's see. Yeah, but it's being curious, asking questions, and then the stoking the ambition part.
Oop, oop. There we go.
I haven't done all the worksheets yet, but bring up the suggestion to them and frame it positively so they see the benefits of it. So that there's an intrinsic and extrinsic ambition. So that's it in a really quick summary.
Love it. Love it. Do you guys have questions?
But it's really, it's just thinking of others and building that relationship and letting them know that this can fit.
Yes.
Whatever their goals are, whatever their dreams are.
Okay, so part of your guys' homework is to think of 5 people that you want to do this with you. Okay, and I want you to be very specific with this, because you want these 5 people to do this with you.
Mhm.
And we're going to use that to essentially reach out to people.
I guess how she phrased it too is like, for the person who's the go-getter, be like, you have an incredible network of powerful women, and this is gonna happen. Somebody's gonna in your network's gonna start something, and so why not it be you? Because it's gonna happen with or without you, but I want it to be you. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I love that. It's going to happen with or without you.
Yeah.
But I want you.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. So those 5 people where you're really going to kind of work on doing the persuasion piece with them, because we want them to do the business with us very specifically, right? And that's what we're going to focus on. So I know a lot of the times we talk about like, how many people are you gonna, how many asks are you gonna do this week? That kind of thing. I this week want you guys to be more focused on how deep are you gonna go with people.
Quality. Mm-hmm.
Yep. Quality over quantity. So that's why I said 5 people. I didn't say 10. I didn't say 50. Like, who are those 5 people? And really dig in. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I have a woman that I know she's retired, but I know her husband still works. And so I haven't got her, we haven't actually scheduled a phone call, but I did a voice message about, how would it feel to take your husband on a Bahama cruise? Because he's busy working all the time. But how would it feel to take him on that? And she didn't reply for like almost 2 weeks because she's just on a messenger much, but she did. She was just like, that sounds great. What do I have to do?
I love that. Yep.
Yep.
Can this be people that we've already kind of started building relationships with, or is it 5 new people?
Oh no, they can 100% be already relationship. Absolutely.
Okay, because there's one girl that totally, first there's 2 people that really go to the top of my head. Tiffany obviously is one of them, but there's another girl, Faith, that I've been talking to, and I'm like so close. She's had issues with network marketing before, and I'm like, come to the bright side.
That's what I said too.
Yeah. I like one of those is like, what if this is different? Like, would you be willing to give it a shot if it was different? If you had a whole different experience? Because I truly believe that we do it different and we do it right and we do it better here. Also, Kara, I really like how you're doing your hair these days.
I just wanted to be twinsies with the best, you know.
Winning!
Technically, though, I'm older than you, and I've been doing my hair like this for years. So maybe you're copying me.
I wear my hair in 3 ways, and this is one of the 3. Joy knows the other one for sure. It's part of Nick and Michelle.
It's a
look.
braid or down or in a messy bun. That's it.
Braid, down, or pony braid, pony.
Pony braid. Yep.
Pony braid. Yep. Yep. All right, ladies. I'm just